Welcome to this video on simple Terraform automation for Apigee and application integration. Let's jump right in. Usually we're starting with infrastructure and services across Google Cloud, other clouds, and on-premises. And Terraform helps us manage and provision all of that. Let's add application integration on top to help connect and map and orchestrate all the communication between these environments. And then let's put Apigee in place to enforce policies and security, to add monetization, and just to manage all of the API and access to our services and integrations from any type of app or client. And today we're going to show you how Terraform can manage all of the configuration across these environments. So let's jump into the demo. We're going to do this in two parts today. First, we're going to start with the Terraform scripts just to create a new project in Google Cloud and nothing else, just with some policies set, some organizational policies, permissions, APIs enabled, and all of that. So if we take a look here, we can open this directly in Cloud Shell, and it's really easy to clone this repository and get started. So let's copy the URL and go over to Cloud Shell and go ahead and clone this into a directory. And now that we have it locally in our Cloud Shell, then let's take a look at the assets and open them here in the editor as well. So here in the README, let's go ahead and follow these instructions. First, we're going to copy the environments file and make a copy of it locally and set our environment variables here. This makes it easy then to apply and reapply and then destroy later the resources. Here we have to set our project ID, our billing ID, and a user that we want to add to this project. So I'm going to call my project Apigee Test 76. I put in my billing ID and my user that I want added as an editor to this project after it's created. So let's go ahead and apply that configuration. And let's take a look at the script to apply. This is just going to initialize the Terraform directory, our resources there, and the resources then contain everything needed for a project, including the APIs to use. And we're using the Fabric modules from Cloud Foundation because they're really nicely built and very easy here to apply and have our org policies pre-configured and also adding our user with certain rights. And you can adjust this to your own needs as well. So let's go ahead and apply this, and we'll see then this being executed. First of all, everything is downloaded into the directory, and then this will be applied. And this will take probably, a couple minutes, 3 to 4 minutes to finish. And we'll come back here once that is complete. Now that our project is created, let's go ahead and now apply the configuration for Apigee X and application integration. And I put this in a separate repository because this could be a different user that's applying this, right? I could imagine that the project is being created by someone with the org admin rights. And now we're going to do this from the user perspective to really deploy Apigee. So now we've cloned a repository into Cloud Shell again. And just like last time, we're going to open the repository in the editor and go ahead and copy the environment file again so that we can set our environment variables. And so let's go ahead and copy those and open that in the editor. And our project ID that we're using is Apigee Test 76. And let's go ahead and put in the billing ID as well. And now we can go ahead and source that environment variable file, and init our Terraform scripts. Here we have two options. We can either do the Apigee simple, which just says Apigee X, or Apigee integration, which includes application integration as well. If we would pass in the project create flag to be true, it would also create the project, but we don't need that because we already created the project. And this will then create all of the other assets. So the Apigee X instance, the load balancer, certificates, um, the application integration, initialization, and Apigee add-ons like monetization and API security as well. So let's go ahead and go into the Apigee integration directory, do a Terraform init, which will download all the resources locally, and then we can go ahead and apply this configuration. So we're doing it in two steps, right? We already did the project. Now we're doing Apigee and app integration. And this will, yeah, take a few minutes to initialize, and then we can apply it, and it will be, yeah, provisioned for us directly in our project. This is really useful just to stamp out, these configurations as needed for test projects, for anything. This is also the evaluation version of Apigee, so we have 60 days to use all the features, and this is great for testing and demoing things in the organization. So let's go ahead and apply this, and we'll come back when it's finished. So you can see now we have a project already that it's been provisioned, and Apigee and application integration is ready to go, right? We can go ahead to the go to the Apigee section, take a look at the overview, see that we can already start by deploying a proxy or going to VS Code and setting that up. If we go to instances, we see that we have our instance ready to go in our region that was specified in the template, which we could change as well if we wanted, or have multi-region. And we have two environments ready to go, dev and prod, which is really nice. And they have each an environment group with a host name and load balancer and certificate, everything provisioned. So really, we can start developing here and putting our APIs into development and production. If we go over to application integration, we also have everything ready, and we can start configuring integrations directly here, and we're ready to start, yeah, using these services. So I hope this was useful and interesting. Here are some links to all the assets and resources that were used. Again, you don't have to use both repos. You can just use the Apigee X Quickstart repository, which also creates the project, or you can do it in two steps like we did it today, just because this can be nice to divide it up and have two different roles or users who do these tasks. Thank you for your attention. Hope this was interesting, and just reach out with any questions or comments.